In this video, I'll summarise the plot of Sense and Sensibility in about 4 minutes and give you an analysis of the story. The novel begins with the death of Mr. Dashwood, which leaves his wife and 3 daughters, Elinor, Marianne and Margaret, in a precarious financial situation. Their half-brother John Dashwood inherits the family estate, Norland Park, and despite a promise to his dying father to provide for his stepmother and sisters, he is easily persuaded by his selfish wife Fanny to do the bare minimum. As a result, the Dashwood women are forced to leave Norland and move to a modest cottage in Barton Park, offered to them by a kind relative, Sir John Middleton. Before leaving Norland, Elinor forms an attachment to Edward Ferrars, Fanny's brother, but his reserved nature and obligations to his family create uncertainty about their future. At Barton Park, the Dashwood sisters meet new acquaintances, including the gregarious Sir John, his mother-in-law Mrs. Jennings, and Colonel Brandon, a quiet and honourable older gentleman who is immediately drawn to Marianne. However, Marianne, full of youthful passion, finds him unexciting and instead falls in love with the charming and handsome John Willoughby, who seems to return her affections. Their relationship appears serious, but Willoughby abruptly departs for London, leaving Marianne heartbroken. Meanwhile, Elinor quietly suffers her own disappointment when she learns from Lucy Steele, a talkative but manipulative acquaintance, that Edward has been secretly engaged to her for years. Mrs. Jennings invites Elinor and Marianne to London, where they hope to see their respective love interests. Marianne eagerly anticipates reuniting with Willoughby, but when she sees him at a party, he coldly ignores her and later sends a letter explaining that he is engaged to the wealthy Miss Grey. Devastated, Marianne falls into despair. Meanwhile, Elinor remains composed despite learning that Edward's secret engagement to Lucy Steele has been discovered by his family, leading to his disinheritance. Unlike Marianne, Elinor keeps her pain hidden, demonstrating restraint even as her hopes for happiness with Edward seem lost. After leaving London, the sisters visit the estate of their friend Mrs. Palmer, but Marianne, emotionally and physically exhausted from her heartbreak, becomes seriously ill. Colonel Brandon, who has quietly loved Marianne throughout, rushes to fetch Mrs. Dashwood, proving his deep concern for her. During this time, Marianne gains a new appreciation for his kindness and steadiness, realising that her previous ideas about love were misguided. Meanwhile, news arrives that Lucy Steele has married, seemingly to Edward, but it is soon revealed that she actually wed his younger brother, Robert Ferrars, out of ambition, leaving Edward free. Edward, now disowned but free to marry for love, comes to Barton Cottage and proposes to Elinor. Overwhelmed with joy, she finally allows herself to express her emotions. The two marry and settle into a modest but happy life together. Meanwhile, Marianne, having matured through her experiences, eventually falls in love with Colonel Brandon, recognising his true worth. The novel concludes with both sisters finding happiness, Elinor through her steady and rational love for Edward, and Marianne through her newfound appreciation of maturity and stability in Colonel Brandon. The novel's central theme is the contrast between sense, rationality, restraint, and sensibility, emotion, passion, represented by Elinor and Marianne. Elinor embodies reason and self-control, concealing her suffering for the sake of her family, while Marianne openly indulges in her emotions, leading to heartbreak and near disaster. Through their experiences, Austen critiques the dangers of excessive sensibility and highlights the importance of balance. Marianne, once ruled by passion, learns to temper her emotions, while Elinor's patience and quiet endurance are ultimately rewarded. Sense and Sensibility also explores the role of marriage in a society where women's financial security depends on making advantageous matches. Both sisters experience the limitations placed on them by wealth and status. Edward is nearly forced into an unwanted marriage due to family expectations, and Willoughby chooses wealth over love, causing Marianne immense pain. The novel ultimately suggests that love and stability should be the foundation of marriage, rather than mere passion or financial gain, as seen in the contrasting fates of Willoughby and Colonel Brandon.